Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. Welcome to Tower Simulator 3. This is a new sim that I'm giving a try to. As with any of the new sims, not quite sure how far or how big of a foothold this will get. Some of it is going to determine just how difficult it is for me to play and so forth. I've been poking at this for a few hours, enough to be dangerous, but certainly not anything that I am going to consider myself an expert at any point in time. So, for those who are unfamiliar with the game, this is a realistic simulation, and when I say that, there's a commercial version of this, which I assume has a few more features, but is basically pretty much what we're getting here to some degree that they use to train actual air traffic controllers. So, I'm sure some of the commercial pieces allow someone to watch what they're doing and allow them to introduce traffic and so forth, where obviously this is all run by the system, but there's nothing I've seen that says, hey, the commands they're issuing or the interfaces they're working with are any different. I'm just assuming it makes it easier to train someone, is what the commercial version does. But this is the level of sim that we're talking about here. And so when I have seen this thing a while ago, because it's been out for about a year at this point, and the reviews have kind of been all over the board, and taking a look at it again, because has come up on a Black Friday sale from the creator, which is Feel there, Feel, and they have a Black Friday sale. You won't find it on sale on Steam, which is how I normally get things, but it was a 40% off sale, and I watched enough videos by some other creators who were doing it that were like, I think I would enjoy this, and I'm willing to give it a try. I will say, if you're looking for it, definitely try to get it on sale, because this is a much more expensive endeavor than most of the things we're going to run into. The base game is $60, 40% off. It was still $35. And then I am using kind of real world airlines and so forth. And with the bundle that is available for that, there is no sale. I'm assuming because of licensing and all that they need to do or something, or just the challenge of keeping it up to date. There is no discount on that, and that bundle even was $45 for two things. So it cost me a little over $80 with tax to go ahead and get into this, but I am going to give this a try. I've played in quick play. I tried a little bit on the career game, which is what I'm going to go into. So you can see here, I've got about an hour controlled. I've earned points. Basically, you get points for things that you do well, and these first level things are here all on St. Thomas. So if you take a look at quick play, this kind of shows you these 6 airports the game comes with. So for the $35 or the $60 if you buy it at full price, you will get all 6 of these airports. It used to be 5 until recently. I think they just added a 6th one. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but I think it was Stuttgart. That's what's running in to my brain there. But I'm going to give it a go. I ran into some problems because this airport is extremely small. I had not even looked at the airport before I went in and tried to record this episode once. Hopefully this will work this time. But let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so it takes a while to load. It is a slow loading game, but I'm going to give you a quick tour of what we've got. So everything you can get around to via F keys is the camera. So F1 is kind of in the seat, and you're able to pick different locations. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one that's a little higher up, although, well, now that I think about it, you just use the W, A, S, and D keys, because I think I ended up looking past this thing. So I think I'm going to sit here and we'll do that. And so you can see it's a pretty small airport, which you'd expect on St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. And so F1 puts you in your seat, and then you can go to look at each of these screens. So I do not know what these things are officially. I am not an aviation expert, but I've learned enough that at least I can move around. These things let you change, icon sizes and so forth. So this is the point of view. So this is basically showing the way I'm facing now. Like if I turn, you can see that changes. So it's showing where I'm looking. So I've got a pretty wide field of view, but I can't really see everything. These are taxiways with the numbers on them, and it uses kind of military call signs in aviation. So Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, so forth. I'm not that great at knowing them yet, so I've got a cheat sheet in front of me. And then you're going to have these call signs, and you have to learn those as you go. And so part of this real world mod that I have, that I purchased for $45, uses real carriers and the real ICAO codes. So one thing I did learn, and this is a game that does have somewhat of a high learning curve. Like you're going to need to... So yeah, the camera's a little funky, so you use your scroll wheel to zoom in and out, but if you are off the monitors, you're not zooming in and out on the monitors anymore, you're zooming in and out on other things. So I want to position this a little bit more that way. Maybe make this a little bit larger. That would be nice. Let's see if I can keep it that way. Over here, this is our overall radar. So I zoomed in and out more than I probably should have. So this is using an information system Delta. So you're going to hear calls in saying that it's on Delta. We've got wind here from 283 degrees at 07 knots. So I think that means it's coming that way, but there's barely any. We'll take a look. I'll turn on the lights. Last time I was here it was raining, but I don't know. Now this is what's called the strips. So you can see it says strip. And this is a way to help you kind of keep track of what's going on and what you might need to do as the next thing for a plane. I'll explain it as I go as much as I can. And then this is kind of the summary command screen. So you can say with information Delta, that's what I was talking about. So this is what we're going to hear in a second. And so part of it is learning these call signs. So, and then F7 kind of takes us to the terminal. F8 goes to one end of the runway. F9 goes to the other end. And then I did do an F10 that kind of gives us the back end of the terminal here because we've got cargo planes and other things going out of here. So if we go back to F4, these are the type of planes that are cleared to use the runway. Now, in an airport like this, where we have one runway, unless we just want to shut ourselves down to certain types of traffic, we need to allow it all. So these are prop planes. These are turboprop planes. This is business, which would be things I think like exec jets, business planes, business flights, regional jets, narrow bodies, wide bodies, and cargo planes. So those are all the types of things we could have. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's raining, so maybe we can turn the lights off because it is the morning after all. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. We don't need those right now. But I'm going to go ahead and get going. Now, things are done via voice. It does take a bit of effort to set it up via voice. Oh, it is raining.
St. Thomas Ground, Chi 8741 with information Delta, ready to start.
All right, so that one messed me up because it sounds like Chi 8, but it's CAIR 8741. So it's CAIR is the call sign of this carrier. It's Cape Air is what it is. CAIR 8741, runway 28.
Negative. We don't need pushback truck. Just please approve our start. Chi 8741.
CAIR 8741, approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved. Chi 8741.
Let's see. CAIR 8741, expect runway... CAIR 8741, approved. Expect runway 10.
Negative. Kai 8741.
So they want to go
Ground,
out. So
runway 10,
the thing.
approved. Kai 8741.
All right. So wait a minute. Now it said. Okay. No. So it's going there. All right. So it's going to 28. Because the thing I was confused about is I thought that things would come in that way, and that's what that means. But that may just mean that's where the wind is coming from. I'm not sure. So that's something I'm unaware of. But you can see now the plane is moving around, so he's taken off from there. Won't take him very long before he needs something. We have nothing else coming in. But basically, the problem I ran into the first time I tried this scenario, you can see these taxiways are super short. So what ended up happening
Ground, Kai 8741 ready to taxi.
is I had a plane come in, and then a plane couldn't go by. So I think I know the command I need to issue, but we're going to try that later. Care 8741, runway 28.
Runway 28. Kai 8741.
So now it will begin to taxi, so you can see he's moving. And we have some info here, so we can see he's moving out at 6 knots. You know, obviously I assume he'll speed up a bit maybe when he changes. But the other problem that I'm going to take a look at here is, yeah, if we look at this, like we don't have... I mean, yeah, we really don't have two ways to pass. So it's a very tight airport from that standpoint, and it's just very confusing. Now, you will hear sounds in the back, so it sounded like someone was walking or whatever. I've never seen anybody doing anything, so I've never actually seen a character behind me or anything. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to speed this up a little bit here. Maybe even a little bit more, just to get a little further along, because it takes a bit to get going, and I mean a little bit. Suddenly we have 4 or 5 planes that we have to deal with very, very quickly, but right now, just watching them taxi takes a little while. So when I get the first plane landing, I am going to try to issue a different clearing command when we let them land here. But we've got a little ways to go. So again, the strip here, now we know it's departing on 28. You know, why it's not departing on 10... You know, maybe it's because they're supposed to fly into the wind, I think, to take off, and even though it's only 7 knots, it's still something. Care 8741, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate take-eeff. Kai 8741.
So this was something that I heard in a few of the videos, the take-eeff thing. Now, when I played in Raleigh, they said cleared for takeoff. So I don't know if internationally or just British, it's take-eeff, because maybe that's easier for people to say where English isn't their first language. But if we go down here, we can see he is now lined up, and he's going to start coming down the runway and be taking off soon. So 29 knots, 32 knots. So they're moving along. So depending on what you want to look at and what you want to see, you know, there's a lot of things you can kind of zone in on here in this sim. You know, you've got sound. I've seen examples where people have deleted planes and the sound continues. The sound is still there. So now once he takes off, we've got one more command. So we're going to go back. Actually, we're going to go here. Care 8741, contact departure.
Departure in 124.0, Kai 8741, roger, good morning.
Alright, so we are done with them. We have done everything we need, so if we go here, another successful takeoff, that's where we get the 100 points, so the 2,500 points that I was working on, you know, that's where it comes from. So now he's here. He's not yellow. If we still have control of him and we're still responsible for him, he'd be yellow. But at this point, we've handed him off to departure air traffic control, and he's doing that. And now we're just kind of waiting. So we're going to speed up a little bit again. There may be keystrokes to do this. I don't know. Alright, so he's heading out. Because what I ended up doing is I ended up leaving this on 2x for a long time at one point. And I think I got myself in too deep. So the scenario in theory runs from 8 a.m. to 10, so I'm trying to kind of do this so that it goes a little bit quickly. You can play this game with commands where you would be issuing everything here on these command lines. Not very much fun, but I did have to try it because I couldn't get the voice to work, and I struggled with it for a while, and I've got a technology background, so I will warn you, like...
St. Thomas Ground. Night Cargo 383 with information Delta, requesting push and start.
Okay, so this is a cargo carrier. Night Cargo 383, push out approved, runway 28. Expect runway 28. Sorry.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved.
Still learning
Night
these
Cargo
a little
383.
bit. So this one's still leaving. I'm keep checking both because I want to make sure that I don't get surprised. So he's there. We've got the little cart, basically the pushback approved. And so there's a list of commands that you can get. It's 7 or 8 pages long with all kinds of ways to say things. But again, because it's modeled after real world things, like you need to know what you're saying. Okay, so here is an inbound plane. And so I believe the second number is airspeed and the other one is altitude. So I believe they're at 5,800, they're at 4,600. So right now, I don't know that I need to do anything to separate them, but until it tells me otherwise, I'm going to assume they're just going, you know, they're now under departures control, so in theory they're not my problem.
St. Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 383 ready to taxi.
All right. Night Cargo 383, runway 28 via Charlie Alpha.
Runway 28 via Charlie Alpha.
So,
Night Cargo 383.
I don't need to issue the command that way, but I wanted to kind of... I'm not making this a tutorial specifically, but certainly if you're new to the game and it took a while to learn, there's not much out there. I may... You know, people have really been pretty happy with my farming simulator tutorials and things, so I may eventually do something if I feel a lot more comfortable. But basically, I'm telling it what the route is I want to take. In an airport like this, it would pick that route anyway. But, you know, the thing that I probably need to do...
St. Thomas Tower, Night Cargo 388 on final 10.
Okay, so it's another night cargo, and they want to land on 10, so you can see that. All right. Night Cargo 388, runway 10, cleared for landing. Night Cargo 388, runway 10, cleared to land. Hold short of taxiway A for crossing traffic.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot for crossing. Night Cargo 388.
I've got to reissue that. Night Cargo 388, runway 10, cleared to land. Hold short of taxiway Alpha for crossing traffic.
Unable to land. The runway is too short. Night Cargo 388.
Night Cargo 388, runway 10, cleared to land. Exit via taxiway C, Charlie.
Unable to land. The runway is too short.
Okay.
Night Cargo 388.
Night Cargo 388, runway 10, cleared to land. Hold short of taxiway Delta.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Hold short of taxiway Delta. Night Cargo 388.
Okay, so I'm still not sure what I'm going to do, because the problem is they can't pass. There's no passing here. So what I might need to do is have them exit onto the other side, but they can't do that. I might be able to do something there, but let's see. So I'm trying to figure out...
St. Thomas ground, Silver Wings 129er with information Delta, requesting push and start.
Night Cargo 388, cleared to land runway 10.
Negative. Night Cargo 388.
Alright. I'm just going to let it do its thing, so I'm trying not to pause, because that's part of what we should be doing, but... Silverwing 129, pushback approved.
Say again.
Silverwing 129, pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved.
See, now the
Silver
problem
Wings
is
129er.
we're going to have a plane come in here, and then what I think I'm going to want to do...
St. Thomas ground, Kyrate 021 with information Delta, ready to start.
Now, I had the other plane take off at one point like this, and...
St. Thomas Tower, Kyrate 071 on final 10.
Car 8071, cleared to land, runway 10.
Enter final runway 10. Kyrate 071. St. Thomas Tower, Kyrate 071 at runway 10.
Car 8071, runway 10, cleared to land. Hold short of taxiway D.
Runway 10, clear to land. Hold short of taxiway Charlie. Kyrate 071.
See, so the problem is, they're out. Now he's supposed to hold short of D. I need them to go and taxi past, and then I can perhaps get them to the gate. See, so this will work, but then I have to get them off. See, they have to, that's the gate they want to get to. So, let's see.
St. Thomas ground, Silver Wings 129er ready to taxi.
Silver Wings 129, runway 28.
Runway 28, Silver Wings 129er.
Now, I did not give them a command to take Alpha. They're figuring out their own route. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to save this in case I get stuck here. So what I'm going to try to do is get this plane off the runway onto the taxiway and hold short. So let me see if I can do that. Night Cargo 388. Taxi to ramp, hold short of taxiway Alpha.
Taxi to ramp, hold short of taxiway Alpha. Night Cargo 388.
So let's see what it does. I assume it's
St. Thomas ground, Night Cargo 388. Are you sure this is the most logical routing?
Alright, so it doesn't like what I'm doing. Night Cargo 388. Taxi via Delta, hold short of taxiway Alpha.
Taxi to ramp via Delta, Delta, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo, Alpha. Night Cargo 388.
No, that's not what I wanted.
St. Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 388. Are you sure this is the most logical routing?
Night Cargo 388, taxi to terminal. So now it's going to go ahead
Taxi to terminal. Night Cargo 388.
and hopefully it will do that and it won't give me a problem.
St. Thomas Ground,
goodness.
Night Cargo 388. Are you sure this is the most logical routing?
I've never had this happen. Night Cargo 388, taxi to terminal via Delta Alpha Charlie.
Taxi to terminal via Delta, Alpha, Charlie. Night Cargo 388. St. Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 388. We request a more logical routing.
Night Cargo 388, taxi to Apron.
Taxi to Apron. Night Cargo 388.
Care 8071, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. Kai 8071.
St. Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 388. We request a more logical routing.
Alright, I'm going to try something different. I'm splicing pieces together because I'm running into problems. Care 8741, runway 28 at taxiway D.
Runway 28 at Delta, via Charlie. Kai 8741.
Alright, so that has worked. So these planes don't need that much runway to take off, and so rather than waste all the time taxiing down, what I'm going to do is I am going to have them do this. And that way they don't have to go to the end of the runway, because if you tell them that, then they have to go all the way to the end, and obviously that ends up being very long. And so then that will get him on the runway pretty quickly. So I am going to go ahead and take this to 2x. I tried to get incoming flights to stop. They did stop on the runway, but then I could not get them off. I tried every command I could possibly think of, and they just refused. So I basically ended up having planes stuck on the runway. Alright, so at this point, now I need trying to find the appropriate command. Care 8741, cleared for takeoff, runway 28. On reaching 010, contact departure. Oh, jeez. Care 8741, runway 28, cleared for takeoff. On reaching 010, contact departure.
Say again. Runway 28, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 10,000, contact departure. Kai 8741.
Alright, so we'll see if this works. I don't know that 10,000 is too high. It may be, because I don't even know that these planes are going to do that. I may have him contact departure early. So at this point, he's here. So the strip board allows us to kind of keep track of things. The fact that he's checked means he's been cleared for takeoff. The bin will throw that away. I don't want to do that until I know that we're good to go. So let's see. I'm going to take this here, and whoops. So he came in there, and now he's taking off. And again, probably shortly there, like, he'll be good. Like, this does not need that much runway to take off. But they'll have plenty of room here. So, there they go. 100 knots, and they're up in the air. And so now if I go here, we have a successful takeoff. So this is how I earn points. Now, alright. So, this is his airspeed, but see, he's at 200, 300. Like, I think that's going to be too far. Care 8741, contact departure.
Departure in 124.0, Kai 8741, Roger, good morning.
So I'm going to see if I tell him, like, contact 5, and see if that gives me 500. But at this point, now that he's gray, he's not under our control anymore. So we're going to go ahead, but what I think I might be able to do then is have planes come around and, you know, because the problem is they leave the surface, the runway surface, faster. So I would like them to go, like, further, perhaps. See, because at this point, like, he's only at 2,000 feet. Like, he still wouldn't have contacted departure. And I think, because I think if I, you know, do 020, I think that's 20,000 feet and so forth. So I think I just need, like, 5. So you're going to hear background noises sometimes. Things like that do happen. So let's see. I'm going to move this down, expand that a bit. So the planes are coming in here. Like, if I can get them to come off, that's great. But some of the planes go further than that, and then there's no room for them to do anything. You know, but the thing is, like, I think going to sea is too little to take off, so I don't want to do that. I haven't turned on the lights here because I bounced out, so let me just get that going. Now it's interesting because this plane, I think we had the other plane coming in by the time
St. Thomas
this one
Ground,
was here.
Night Cargo 383 with information echo, requesting push and start.
Night Cargo 383, pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved. Night Cargo 383.
And what I will have them do is I will have them come in via E, and I think that will be okay. So via echo. Apologize, I think I caught the microphone there. Alright, so now we have another plane coming in. So I believe the last number is the airspeed, the first number is the altitude. So while they're heading towards each other, obviously they're not quite on track, so there's some distance. But again, we're not controlling either of them, but this one's at 6,200 feet, this one's approaching 5,000. So air traffic, I think they have to stay 1,000 feet apart. Well, they're not doing that, so hopefully we won't get a problem, but I don't know what else other than making them turn that we could do.
St. Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 383 ready to taxi.
Night Cargo 383, runway 28 via E.
Runway 28 via Charlie. Night Cargo 383.
Night Cargo 383, runway 28 via Echo.
Runway 28 via Echo. Night Cargo 383.
No, 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 no. That's not what I want. Night Cargo 383, runway 28 at Echo.
runway 28 at Echo.
Okay, so
Night cargo 383.
So the key is it's at Echo, not via Echo, because basically you saw what it did. It had me take Echo, cross the runway, and then loop around. That is not what I want. And so, because the challenge is now this is coming in for a landing, so this is going to be Care 80.
St. Thomas Tower, Chi 8071 on final 10.
Car 8071, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, clear to land. Chi 8071.
So what I don't want to do is get them to stay off of the taxiway. But let me see. Let me see if I can do this. Let me change their command. We're going to play around a little bit because I've got to learn. Care 8071, runway 10, cleared to land, exit via Delta.
Runway 10, clear to land. Chi 8071.
Alright. Did it... Let's see. Did I do the... No. Ay. Alright, hold on. So I have to issue the command early enough. Car 8071, exit at taxiway Delta.
Exit at taxiway Delta. Chi 8071.
Alright. So in theory that should do that, and then I can have this one on Echo, I can have that one on Delta. The problem I'm going to have though is we're going to get two planes here very quickly that are going to show up. Let's see, we've got another cargo plane coming in. So, a little bit of a busy morning here at the airport, that's for sure. So, we're going to move things along a bit. So, like now, he's clear of Delta, but basically, if a plane pulls out, the other planes can't taxi
St. Thomas
past.
Ground, Silver Wings 129er with information echo. Requesting push and start.
See, so if I push him out now, that's going to be a problem. So I think I'm going to leave him at the gate at this point until this plane lands. It's within this circle. I don't know if these are 5 nautical miles. I don't think they are, because I think the separation...
St. Thomas Tower, night cargo 388 on final 10.
Alright. So, it's on final. Alright. Night cargo 388, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, clear to land. Night cargo 388.
St. Thomas Ground, car 8021 with information echo, ready to start.
See, and the problem is now I've got all these moving around, so you can hold the middle mouse key and move those. Now he's coming in, so if we look out the window, we're gonna see him. He'll be coming in from that direction, I believe. So, I could be wrong. Where is he? No, there he is. Okay. So now in theory, he should come in and then he should exit via Delta. I don't think he can exit sooner. But with an arriving craft, he needs to go there. See, but I don't think he could have stopped by fast enough for Charlie, but there we go. So he's going to exit. Car 8071, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. Chi 8071.
So now he's going to go. Alright, we've got enough here. Night cargo 383, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Climb to 2, contact departure. Nah.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 4. Night cargo 383.
Night cargo 383, climb to 02, contact departure.
Say again.
Yeah, it just tells me big number, climb to big number, but it doesn't give me examples of what a big number is. Yeah, see, so my concern here, this is the challenge, is like we're potentially like really running out of space. I mean, he's at 36. They need to take off and they need to stay out of each other's way, but they're basically like heading toward each other, which is the problem. And the other plane is coming in. You can see it there, I think. So this is, again, I think I've done one like this before and it worked, but it's just not a good thing. Night cargo 383, contact departure.
Departure on 124.0, night cargo 383, roger, good morning.
Alright. So now the problem ends up being, see, they're like, that was just bad. I think I'm going to get a warning. But yeah, this is just a really tight airport. I mean, he's in, he's good. I didn't get in trouble, I guess. So I've got a successful landing. I'm hoping he can stop at Charlie and exit. Because then if I can get these by... Nah, he's not. Darn it. Okay. Night cargo 388, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal.
I
Night cargo 388.
hate leaving these others waiting at the gate, but I just don't know that I have any other option. So nothing else is coming in. Now, I've done a terrible job of doing these, so 383 left. We're waiting for those. These are good, and these are now taxiing. Alright, so not been using my strips very well here. Like, once it gets past Silver Wing here, I'll be able to do something, but if anybody's more familiar with this, if I happen to attract the attention of someone who plays this more often, what am I missing here? Like, what commands could I issue that would work better? And how do I keep traffic flowing here? Because at this point, there's only one taxiway. Like, if you look here, there's only one way to go. Once these guys push back, they're going to be nose to nose. They're going to be blocking each other. So it may just be the nature of this, that's what I need to do. But these guys have been waiting for 10 minutes at the gate because I can't clear them. And now I'm, worried that there's going to be something else coming. Like, once he starts to get past this, I'm going to issue the pushback, and then we'll be able to get this one going shortly thereafter. Silverwing 129, pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved. Silver Wings 129er.
But at this point, then, we're clear, and then I can have him go shortly. But of course, the pushback's going to take a bit. So, if we go here, we're going to see him eventually, Yeah, there he is. So, you know, but you'll see, like, they're going to get pushed back, and they're going to be in the way. Alright, so... Care 8021, approved, runway 28.
Say it again.
What did I miss? I think that's what it is. Care 8021, approved, expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved.
Alright.
Car 8021.
So now he should change soon, and we're going to get him to go on E again. So he'll vanish eventually because he'll be at the gate.
St. Thomas Ground, Silver Wings 129 are ready to taxi.
Silverwing 129, runway 28 at E.
Runway 28, taxi.
I need to
Silver
give the...
Wings 129er.
Silverwings 129, runway 28 at Echo.
Runway 28 at Echo. Silver Wings 129er.
Alright, now this one is one of these little planes turning, so the question was, like, I may have been able to get him ready ahead of time. I don't know. Let's see, is something coming in? Not yet, so maybe that was the key. Maybe I just did need to let them wait. See, I just don't know the delta's enough, and the last thing I want to do is have a plane fall
St.
off the
Thomas
runway.
Ground, car 8021 ready to taxi.
Now, the problem's going to be, I know I can get him off at D, but I think at this point, well, let's see. Care 8021, runway 28 at Delta.
Runway 28 at Delta, car 8021.
And now we've got a night cargo again coming up. So this is my
St.
problem.
Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 385 with information echo, requesting push and start.
Night cargo 385, pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved. Night Cargo 385.
See, so what I was worried about, but this might
St.
work.
Thomas
Wow,
Ground,
we are getting
Kai
busy.
8561 with information echo, ready to start.
Alright, well, thank goodness everybody's doing their thing. Alright. So, I want... Whoops. Middle button. I want that there. I want that. Middle button. See, the problem is it's middle button, but there we go. Alright. Silverwing 129, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Climb to 020, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 500. Silver Wings 129er.
St. Thomas Ground, Night Cargo 385 ready to taxi.
Care 8561, approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved. Kai 8561.
Alright, now, obviously he should take off. He'll turn on to D, but he should hold. If he doesn't, I guess, I don't know, shame on them. I don't know, we should be past the runway, though, before that happens. Nothing's coming in. I like that, because this is getting insanely busy. Alright, is Alright, he is moving. I'm like, is something happening? Alright. So we've got that taking place. Now let's see. Alright.
St. Thomas ground. Kai 8561 ready to taxi.
Silverwing 129, contact departure.
Departure on 124.0. Silver Wings 129er, roger. Good morning.
Care 8561, runway 28 at D. Care 8561, runway 28 at Delta.
Runway 28 at Charlie. Kai 8561.
Care 8021, runway 28, cleared for takeoff. Climb to 020, contact departure.
Runway 28 at Delta. Kai 8561.
It is not taking...
Runway 28, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 500.
Yeah,
Car
it
rate
is not-
021.
It is not taking what I want it to do. So I need to find the command. I'm missing something. Okay. So he's gonna go... Alright. Night cargo 385. Runway 28.
Runway 28. Night cargo 385.
Okay. So, strip-wise, we're there. They're departing. They're actually all departing, so we'll move them over there. He's taking off. Alright. Night cargo 385, runway 28 via Echo.
Runway 28 via Echo.
Jeez.
Night cargo 385.
That's not what I wanted. Night cargo 385, runway 28 at Echo.
Runway 28 at Echo. Night cargo 385.
Alright. Care 8021, contact departure.
Departure on 124.0. Car rate 021. Roger. Good morning.
Alright, so they're gonna turn. We have nothing coming in, but we've got all of our planes cleared out, or getting cleared out here, so that's good. Care 8561, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28, cleared for takeoff. Kai 8561.
Care 8561, climb to 020, on reaching, contact departure. Oh, see, it doesn't
Say
take it
again.
right. One of these days we'll get it right. We'll get something that it takes. So this is some of the challenge that people have noted. Alright, we don't have anything coming in, but you can see these planes are going completely different places, which is what planes do. So, you know, they've got their direction they're headed. So we're taking off. Yeah, if I knew that the cargo plane wouldn't need that much, I might try the Delta, but yeah, I just got to get used to giving the appropriate commands. Alright, we don't have anything coming in yet. So I'm going to leave that a little further out, because that actually helps. Alright, so they're in the air. Car 8561, contact departure.
Departure on 124.0, Kai 8561. Roger. Good morning.
See, now I don't know what the 0836 is. See, but the TJCG, like, you could look up those locations and see. Oh, I see it says night cargo. I wonder, I'm going to have to take a look at that, because then maybe I don't have to go look things up or figure out what they are the way I have been. Alright, are we able to go? Yes, alright, so let's see if we can issue this command right. Night cargo 385, runway 28, climb to 020, on reaching contact departure.
Negative. Night cargo 385.
Night cargo 385, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 020, contact departure.
Runway 28. Cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 200, contact departure. Night cargo 385.
Alright. That is a good thing, because then he should, or she, in this case, should take off, and as soon as they take off, they're going to switch to the departure, and I don't have to worry about them anymore. So that's ultimately what I'd like to do, because then they're cleared, and I don't have to worry about contacting them again and losing some points because I forgot to have them contact departure. So that has always been a bit of the problem. But at this point, yeah, they're going where they're going. They are going to JSJ, whatever that is. But they are off. So let's see. Oops. So they should... There they are. Let's see, but if we had them come in, like, they're needing... Yeah, they're needing that. If I put them on the runway at the earlier taxiway, like, they're barely taking off as it is. So yeah, they're definitely needing
St. Thomas Ground,
that distance.
Flamenco 1201 with information echo, requesting push and start.
It sounded like you said flamenco. This is one I do not know. It is flamenco. Okay, so this one's done. Alright. Flamenco 1201, approved, runway 28. Expect runway 28.
Negative. We tried to push back by hand, but we failed. Please send a pushback truck. Flamenco 1201.
Flamenco 1201, pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved.
It's always
Flamenco 1201.
Alright. And the good news is Night Cargo 385 is gray, which means they have contacted departure. So that worked. It's good to see that they have a sense of humor when I screw things up. We tried to push ourselves with like a cart. Yeah, because I don't know the gates well enough. I think like these here are little. I mean, we've had nothing appear here yet. Alright, I think I'm going to speed this up a bit because we seem to be getting into a bit of a dead zone. Yeah, nothing coming in yet.
St. Thomas Ground, Flamenco 1201 ready to taxi.
Flamenco 1201, runway 28 at E. Ugh. Echo,
Runway
echo.
28, taxi. Flamenco 1201.
Flamenco 1201, runway 28 at Echo. There we go.
Runway 28, at Echo. Flamenco 1201.
Now let me just make sure. Alright, yes, that's like a turboprop. I think these planes are going to need the full length of the runway, but these others I think are okay. I am just surprised we do not have anything coming in, but I'm trying to move this up a little bit Because otherwise you're looking at a 2-hour episode, and I would imagine that folks would prefer not to do that. But I think the reality is going to be that we're going to need time. Alright, so let me put him back, because I've got to issue this command properly again. Flamenco 1201, cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 020, contact departure. What is that doing? Flamenco 1201, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 020, contact departure. See, but now it's like 7,000.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 7,000, contact departure.
So,
Flamenco 1201.
That's too high. I said 02. Maybe I need to just say 02. It's hard to figure this out, I'll tell you that. So we have nothing coming in, which again is not a bad thing. Alright, so he is taking off. Nothing coming in. Once he appears, Flamenco 120, contact departure. Not taxi to ramp.
Negative. Flamenco 1201.
Flamenco 1201, contact departure. Alright.
Departure on 124.0, Flamenco 1201. Roger, good morning.
Alright, hold on. We got stuff coming in here.
St. Thomas Ground, 9063 Mike with information echo. Ready to start.
9... Whoop. November 9063 Mike. Approved. Runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved. 9063 Mike.
Care 8081. Pushback approved. Runway 28.
Say again.
Care 8081. Approved. Runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved.
Alright, so
Car
let's
rate
see.
081.
So that is probably going to be one of these little planes. So those are...
St. Thomas Ground, car rate 081 with information echo, ready to start.
St. Thomas Ground, 9063 Mike, ready to taxi.
Alright, where... Okay, so they're both tiny. So we are going to get... Okay. November 9063 Mike. Runway 28 at E.
Runway 28, taxi. 9063 Mike.
November 9063 Mike. Runway 28 at Echo.
Runway 28 at Echo. 9063 Mike.
Alright, we still have nothing coming in.
St. Thomas
I'm gonna
Ground,
move this up a
car
little
rate
quicker.
081 ready to taxi.
Car 8081. Runway 28 at Echo.
Runway 28 at Echo, car rate 081.
Alright, so there's not a lot coming in. We had a couple cargo planes or whatever come in early, but now it's just a lot of departures. November 9063 Mike. Runway 28. Approved immediate departure. Climb to 02. On reaching, contact departure. Oh, goodness. November 9063 Mike. Runway 28 cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 02, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 300. 9063 Mike.
November 9063 Mike. Climb to altitude 020 upon reaching contact departure. Oh my god, this is just grabbing random
Negative.
words.
9063 Mike.
Part of it is I'm not, like, ultra clear. Oh, we got something coming in, but we
St.
should...
Thomas Ground. Chi 564 with information echo, ready to start.
Car 564. Approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved. Chi 564.
Car 8081. Runway 28. Cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 02, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 700, contact departure. Chi rate 081.
St. Thomas Tower, Car 8251 on final 10.
St. Thomas Ground, Chi 564 ready to taxi.
November 9063 Mike. Contact departure.
Departure on 124.0, 9063 Mike. Roger, good morning.
Alright, they're gone. Alright, they want to be on 10. Car 8251, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Car 8251.
Alright, now once he gets to 700, he should flip over on his own. Now, oh boy. Care 564, runway 28 at Echo.
Runway 28, at Echo. Chi 564.
Alright, so let me go back to the board here. So this is where I need, again, alright. Care 8251, runway 10, cleared to land, exit at Delta. No, not hold short.
Runway 10, cleared to land, hold short of taxiway Delta. Car 8251.
Care 8251, runway 10, cleared to land, exit at taxiway Delta.
Runway 10,
Oh,
cleared to land, hold short of taxiway Delta. Car 8251.
Care 8251, exit at taxiway Delta.
Exit at taxiway Delta. Car 8251.
Alright, goodness gracious. Alright. Okay, everybody's clear, so I can clear my strips. Right? Wait, who's what? 8201. Okay, November, so I still have one, so I can clear him. He's ready to come in at 10. Alright. And then he's landing. So we're doing alright there. We're at 9 o'clock. Alright, so I'm assuming we have him selected, and that's where he's going to go. But this one's going to go to Echo, and so that way he'll land, go to Delta, and in the meantime, then I can have him take off, and things should clear out. So at this point, I should just have 2 strips. That's what I've got. Alright. So he's heading down there. Probably if I go here, we'll see them come down. They're coming in. And again, that's Delta. So this plane should land and then wait. Alright, so I'm gonna obviously have him wait until they're off the runway. Let's see. Nothing else coming in. But, you know, getting off at Charlie I think would be difficult. I mean, maybe it could happen, but I don't think so. Yeah, it just went by. It might have been able to do it, but... Alright. Care 564, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Climb to 020, contact departure. Why does it leave that? I wonder if I leave too much of a break. Care... Whoop, hold on, what is happening? Is he holding... Oh no, this is what I had happen, and then I couldn't do anything. Where is he? Oh, he is. And then I don't know how to get him off the runway. Oh boy. Oh, this is bad. Care 8251, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. Care 8251.
Thank goodness. Because, yeah, last time I tried this, they just sat there. And that was not good. But, yes, alright, he's getting off the runway. That'll give me some time to find the command. My goodness, there's just too many things to look at, I'll tell you that. Alright. So now we're going to go here. Care 564, runway 28, cleared for takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 02, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 2,200. Kai 564.
What is happening now? Care 8251, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. Care 8251.
It just seemed to get confused. There's like too many things that it seems to be getting.
St. Thomas Tower, night cargo 500 on final 10.
Night cargo 50. Cleared to land runway 10. Night cargo 500, runway 10, cleared to land. What is happening? Night cargo 50, runway 10, cleared to land. Why is it saying 501? Night cargo 500, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, clear to land. Night cargo 500.
Care 564, contact departure.
Departure on 124.0, Kai 564. Roger, good day.
Okay. So, everyone's taken off. Everything's good. We've got successful takeoffs. I've got 1,300. This is good. I almost had the crisis with the 1. He doesn't have too far to go. Alright, so I'm going to speed this up a bit again. Because at this point we've just got stuff landing, and until I get another plane that is taking off, I'm not really worried about it, but we can move it forward. Alright, so they're at 800. There's just a lot of weird sounds in the back, I'll tell you that. I don't know if that's someone drinking.
St. Thomas
or what.
Ground. JetBlue 435 with information echo. Requesting push and start.
Right. Night Cargo 500, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal. Night Cargo 500.
So at this point, we're going to want to let him get by, because otherwise the push is going to be in the way. But once he gets moving, we can probably do that pretty quickly. JetBlue 435, pushback approved, expect runway 28.
Ground. Runway 28. Pushback approved. JetBlue 435.
Now hopefully this won't prove me wrong and they suddenly push back too fast. But no.
St. Thomas Ground. Kyrate 201 with information echo. Ready to start.
Alright, so let's see. We've got that. Alright. So we definitely need to let them get around the corner. But at this point, we're still not quite pushing back. There we go. So finally leaving on a jet plane, right? So this one we're giving the whole runway, because this is a full plane, so we're not going to try a short takeoff there. Alright. Care 8201, approved, runway 28. I keep forgetting
Ground.
expect,
Runway 28 approved.
but it puts it in there for
Kyrate
me.
201.
Alright. Nothing coming in. So again, that's a good thing. We should have it going away soon here. That's like really in the wrong place for the pushback, but I assume it'll just vanish at some point here.
St. Thomas Ground. Kyrate 201 ready to taxi.
Okay. I'm assuming it's that one, but
St. Thomas
there we
Ground.
go. Now they're
JetBlue
leaving.
435 ready to taxi.
Okay. JetBlue 435, runway 28 via Alpha.
Runway 28 via Alpha. JetBlue 435.
Care 8201, runway 28 at Delta.
Negative. Kyrate 201. St. Thomas Ground.
Oh.
Kyrate 201 ready to taxi.
Car 8201, runway 28 at Delta.
Runway 28 at Delta.
So,
Kyrate 201.
so I'm thinking I should be able to get that plane off before the JetBlue plane goes. And that way we can just keep things moving. Now again, the JetBlue plane might catch it or something. So there are clearances and things that I don't quite know, because it talks about sequencing departures into traffic flow. So that's part of the challenge. So I may have the JetBlue hold for a bit, because it's clearly, with its jets, going to be a lot faster than this prop, which I think is what's leaving. I'm kind of looking here. It doesn't tell me that it's a prop or anything like that. But if we look at it, it clearly is. So, you know, so I think trying to assume that the JetBlue isn't going to catch it, because you can see obviously the taxi turn on this is very, very different. Because yeah, the JetBlue's down there already. Care 8201, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Kyrate 201.
Alright, so... Now, anything coming in? No. So again, we'll let this go. We'll let the JetBlue wait a little bit. But he should be on his way pretty quickly. There we go. And now they are clear. They are flying. Care 8201, contact departure.
Departure on 124.0, Kyrate 201. Roger, good day.
See, now, what I don't want is the JetBlue to, like, run up the rear end. So, if I'm looking at things here, it's telling me the game starts, one arrival runway to receive arrivals. Various letters represent a different type of aircraft which can be allowed on that runway. Time separation, you need to maintain a minimum of 1,000 vertical separation between planes. So like at this point, you know, it's at 1200. Like now I can probably do something. Let me see here where, because now I'm looking. All right, there we go. JetBlue 435, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 2000, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 2000, contact departure. JetBlue 435.
Alright, and maybe we'll try 2000. It's the example it gives. But that was the thing, like when I've said 5,000 or 500, it doesn't seem to do that. Let me just quickly. 100. 100. Yeah, see, it doesn't know the number 100. 1,000. No, maybe it does, and it just doesn't show up, because 1,000 wouldn't be how you start a command. Alright. So, it's our first big plane. So, 45 knots. They are starting to move down the runway. But I'm guessing this is going to take every bit of the runway. I mean, not quite, because this isn't like a wide body, I don't think. I don't know. This might even be a regional. But it's not rotating yet. So yeah, I mean, we're down there, so it's definitely right there at the edge. Alright, so JetBlue, and then when he gets to 2000, which should be 020, then they should be good. But you can see they're already at 200, still accelerating. Alright, I'm going to speed this up a bit again until we get another radio call, or until we get to the 2000. There we go. So, we're all set. Let's go deal with our strips. So everybody's done here. So yeah, I've got to get better at doing that, because I think that's going to kill me later if I'm not keeping track of that. I think that's the way to just double check yourself, see where things are at, and so forth. Alright, so nothing is happening. So we're going to really speed this up. Maybe we'll really speed it up and try to get... Yeah, nothing coming in, because I should have a little bit of warning. Thinking 9:30 is going to be the magic time. Something's going to happen. But nice quiet time here. I guess they eat breakfast or something in the tower during this time. Just kind of looking back and forth between
St.
my
Thomas
screens.
Ground, Anguilla Tree 41 with information echo, ready to start.
Was that Anguilla? Is that what he said? Let's look at the strip. Anguilla, I think, but it doesn't say, so. Anguilla 3341, approved, runway 28.
Negative. Anguilla Tree 41.
Anguilla 3341, approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, approved.
Alright.
Anguilla Tree 41.
Alright, so I tried to look that one up, but it doesn't come up. So I don't know who or what that is. But we're going to try this again. How do I get these things mixed up on this here? It makes me think someone's calling, but that's not how this works. This is,
St. Thomas Ground,
Alright.
Anguilla Tree 41 ready to taxi.
Anguilla 3341, runway 28.
Runway 28, Anguilla Tree 41.
Anguilla 3341, runway 28, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 2000, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 2000, contact departure. Anguilla Tree 41.
Alright, so we'll speed this up again, because at this point he should be able to take off and then disconnect at 0200. There we go. But we can move forward. We'll see what else happens, but we're heading to 10 o'clock. So maybe it'll just be a nice, quiet morning. I'm sure we're going to get some rush here at the end. With a few planes at least. Obviously they take time, so. Alright, well they are heading out. Yeah, even at 16 times, you can see it still ticks away interminably slow, it seems. I mean, at some point here, we're not going to have enough time to do anything. So I would think if we get to 950 with no planes, like in theory, that'll be it. So I don't know if the scenario just ends at 10, or if it continues, and once we hit 10, we get credit. Not quite sure how that all works. But yeah, at this point, I would think nothing's going to happen. So we're just waiting now with bated breath. So other than that,
St. Thomas Ground, Global Jets 2226 with information echo, requesting push and start.
Alright, well I guess we can get them off. Global Jets 2226, approved, expect runway 28.
Negative. We tried to push back by hand, but we failed. Please send a pushback truck. Global Jets 2226.
Global Jets 2226, pushback approved, expect runway 28.
Ground, runway 28, pushback approved. Global Jets 2226.
How big is this? Doesn't look that big. I'm just wondering if I can get him to take off on a, take off at E. But he may be facing the wrong way, so it may not be worth it. Oh, and we've got a plane coming in to land. So we'll move this up a little bit faster, so I should be able to handle that at this point.
St. Thomas Tower, Twilight Tree 5 on final 10.
St. Thomas Ground, Global Jets 2226 ready to taxi.
Twilight 3-5, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, clear to land. Twilight Tree 5.
Alright. It is definitely going a little crazy. Global Jets 2226, runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 2000, contact departure.
Runway 28, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 2000, contact departure. Global Jets 2226.
What is Global Jets 2226 doing? I don't have time for him to be dancing. He's doing a terrible job is what he's doing. Like, I don't even understand why he made that kind of a turn. In theory, he like ran over the other plane, but whatever. So that was a little bit buggy. But I should be okay, I hope. Yeah, we're not going to have time for these others to land. I cannot believe it's having us do all that, but whatever. So we'll speed it up some. Just make sure, yeah, everything looks good. 1700. He's taking off.
St. Thomas Tower, trade wind 706 on final 10.
Alright. Trade winds 706, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Trade wind 706.
Alright, and again, a little closer than I would like, but that's what we've got, so let's see what happens here.
St. Thomas Ground, Care 8781 with information echo, ready to start.
Alright, so total handled airplanes 18, number of takeoffs 14, landings 4. No mistakes, which is amazing. Game time hour and 53 minutes. Whoops. And then job well done, final score. So let's go to the menu. So there we go. Now if I do that, alright, so it shows me it's completed. Alright, so at this point, yeah, wow, we got 1,000. And so let's see. Oh, so it mixes the 2s and the 3s together based on the number of points, I see. But you can see, again, all the 1s are here at St. Thomas. So basically we're going to take, there's an afternoon and then there's a rainy one, which is going to have less visibility, and then we're going to have, you know, kind of the late in the day or dinner time. But then we've got some at RDU here. Actually, it looks like it's grouping them by airport, so I'm just going to have to be careful as I go into the other scenarios. And then I think this is LaGuardia, which would make sense with Wake Up New York, so. And then LAX is obviously LAX, but those are, I guess there is a 2 in there. So yeah, I'll have to take a look, but it looks like we can go up 5 levels. But hopefully it's been enjoyable. If it has, I would love to hear comments. Like, is this something that people are interested in? I get it's brand new out of, you know, so I'm certainly going to probably do them for a bit. I enjoy it. It's one of those that definitely keeps you busy, but you know, maybe it just isn't as intriguing to watch. But this is kind of how I've seen people do things, where they're just explaining and going along. So hopefully it worked, especially with some of my mistakes. But if you've enjoyed it and haven't dropped a like on the video, please consider doing that. And if you are not yet a subscriber, please consider doing that. This is the first video I have filmed after crossing the 1,000 subscriber mark, so I am very, very grateful for the folks that have subscribed at this point. Thank you very much. That is a major milestone, and hopefully that will bring some different things to the channel. It opens up some opportunities for me on the YouTube side, and that will only help give me the ability to bring more things to folks, because I'll be able to focus a little differently perhaps in the future. But we're still a good ways away. I've got a long way to go before I grow to any decent size, but one step at a time, and 1,000 subscribers is that first step. With that, I will see you next time.